Welcome back to Mustang Amanda and my third and final part of the engine disassembly series. If you're just tuning in for the first time, I have to do a full engine rebuild on my Mustang. And the past few videos have been me disassembling everything in order to take the block down to a machine shop. In today's video, I'll be removing the camshaft, the pistons, the block, the flywheel, the torque converter, and finally the crankshaft. Hope you enjoy. Alright guys, we're back. So here's what we're working with now. I've got the oil pan completely removed, as you can see. What's next is removing the camshaft. You can see that there's actually these two that I'm going to loosen up, and then I'll be able to pull that right on out. So that's what I'm going to work with. I'm going to figure out what size those are and then go ahead and pull that out. Here we go. Snap-on ratchet, one of my favorites. It's adjustable at the neck here. And I'm going to go ahead and take off these two, which are 7/16, and then I'll pull the camshaft out. All right, let's go ahead and pull this guy out. I'm going to go nice and slow.
There you
Okay. Oh, that thing's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, God. Oh, I'm going to hopefully not run into this. Oh, just barely. No. Okay, got it.
There you go. You got it out. Hold it up. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
That's so awesome. There's the camshaft. So I just removed the camshaft. This thing's really awesome. First of all, it's really heavy. You can curl weights with it. In terms of like intake manifold heavy, it's not that heavy. Slightly less heavy than the intake manifold. These sit on the lifters, and what ends up happening is you have to kind of rotate it and lift it up and down to get it through. I can't believe I did that. All right, so I'm underneath the car. These are the main bearing caps. You do not want to move those. You're really focusing in on these two here and these two here. So when I remove these, and then these two, and then these two here, and then there's two this way over here. All right, there you go. Come on. There we go.
Quick.
That it? Yeah.
There you go.
Just totally exposed. That came right out.
Oh, I can see the baby's head. It came out.
Number 3. Yay. Number 7. Last one. Here we go. All 8 pistons. Look at them all. I just got all 8 pistons out. As you can see, they've been completely removed. All 8 lined up here in order, and we're checking the condition, and as you can see on the bearings on this inner, you can see some copper showing through. The condition of that, not so great, which I'm really glad we made the move to disassemble the engine, because seeing this all up close, you can definitely tell that this needs some love. This was actually a really cool project to do. At first I was super intimidated because I was like, how is this actually going to work out? Once I got under there, it's just 2 simple nuts. Once you remove those nuts, you just basically tap on those studs of each and they start lifting up. There's 3 rings that you have to push through in order to get the piston to actually release so that you can pull it out of the engine block. But it's actually pretty simple and pretty straightforward. I was really happy to do it. The only thing that you do have to know is you are getting up and down quite a bit. The best thing that we found that worked is if you actually put the bolt back on the crankshaft and you have someone cranking it for you. The number one tip from this whole project though is crank it until that piston is all the way up to the top. So after you remove the nuts and you've removed that bracket, you crank it so that the piston goes all the way up to the top, and then it's just a few taps and that thing comes right out. So all in all, this whole project took us probably about an hour and a half to do. We did take a few breaks, but other than that, pretty simple. All right, I just pulled both of these bolts off the bottom of the transmission, which is where the bell housing basically connects to the block. This longer one was on the driver's side and this shorter one was on the passenger side. I'm filming this either for help for me when I reinstall it or for you guys because I don't know if that's supposed to be the way it is, but this is how it ended up on my Mustang. So there are 2 bolts underneath that I had to access from going underneath the car, and then there's quite a few on top. So I am starting from the farthest one on the passenger side or driver's side, and I'm going to work my way to the passenger side. There we go. Here we are. Jeez, ugh, that does not look that great. Follow around to the passenger side. What we did was we actually ended up cracking all of these so we can make this a little bit easier as we go through. That's the right word. Yeah. Okay. All right, now we are here on the passenger side. All right. Hell of a thumb workout. There we go. Oh, that's longer than I thought again. All right. Got them all out. Okay, now that we have the transmission disconnected from the block, next what we're going to do is remove the bolts that are on the engine mounts. So I'm using my Ryobi. It is a 5/8 attachment.
Did you get it?
Yeah. We rented this hoist off of Facebook Marketplace for 20 bucks a day. Awesome guy. However, it did not come with a bar. So I'm using an extension just to put in here and start cranking out. Oh well, it is what it is. All right, here we go.
Yep, okay, looking good.
When anyone goes fishing, they always hold up their fish. Like this is me like holding up. Look what I caught. Now that the donut's been removed, just kidding. This is the torque converter. The torque converter was removed. We're now going to remove the flywheel. The flywheel has 6 bolts as you can see here. So let's go ahead and remove them with Milwaukee. How cool.
That's what the starter runs on. So if you look right here, that's the starter hole.
This spins it?
That spins it.
Flywheel came off. Took 6 bolts at 3/4 size sockets. If you ever need a frisbee, this would probably make a good one. You guys ready to see inside? Ooh. Oh, it's totally Ford blue. So I pulled the block out of the Mustang, and next what I need to do is to remove the crankshaft. Now, when I bring this down to the machine shop, they're not going to want the crankshaft in there. They just want the block itself. So I'm going to be using my Milwaukee impact wrench to remove all 10 of these bolts. They look like they're on there pretty good. So what I'm going to do is hit it with some PB blaster. Hopefully that loosens things up a bit so it could be a pretty seamless process. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to be using some PB blaster just to hit each one of these bolts. First you got to shake the can really well. It says it right down here. It says, hey, shake the can. So I'm shaking. Yeah, works like butter. That's sweet. Oh, there it goes. Nice. Number 3.
All right, let's see how worn that bearing is.
Bad.
Yeah, down to the copper.
Not good.
Okay.
I got it. That's so cool. It is very heavy. Ready for some curls? 1, 2. I'm just kidding.
All right. Ooh, look at those bearings.
Wanted to come on here and just wrap up this series with basically saying I think I made the right call in doing an engine rebuild. After seeing all the copper on the bearings and the pistons, it's not a good sign. It was just a matter of time before maybe even something worse could have happened. Thank you guys for tuning into the series. That's a wrap for this video. I'll see you guys next week.